Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now able to show.
Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Dopey. My name is Dave, the host of Good Morning Dopey, and also the host of Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. I am joined today by my old and dear friend Onyx, this horrible cat, and I'm also joined by Howie. Howie, are you there? Mm-hmm. And I'm also joined by Aurora. How are you, Aurora? The spiritual. Look at the dance moves. She's throwing shapes.
What a way to start the day with a little friendship, kinship, spirituality.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Today's the 14th?
Today is March 14th. Aurora has to go to work, so we're going to bust this thing out. The Keystone.
Are you going to read it or I'm going to read it?
Please, by all means.
March 14th, the Keystone. He is the Father and we are his children. Most good ideas are simple, and this concept was the keystone of the new and triumphant arc through which we pass to freedom. A keystone is the wedge-shaped piece at the highest part of an arc that locks the other pieces in place. The other pieces are steps 1, 2, and 4 through 12. In one sense, this sounds like step 3 is the most important step, that the other 11 depend on the third for support. In reality, however, step 3 is just one of 12. It is the keystone, but without 11 other stones to build the base and arms, keystone or not, there will be no arc. Through daily working of all 12 steps, I find that triumphant arc waiting for me to pass through to another day of freedom.
So I this one annoys the fuck out of me for some reason. I hear people in meetings. I heard somebody in a meeting recently say how step 3 was the keystone, and I thought he was really smart until I read this daily reflection. He obviously just lifted it from the daily reflection. Why do you think step 3 is the keystone, Aurora?
You know, I heard something interesting in a meeting recently. This woman said, like, if you're having problems with step 3, then your problem isn't with step 3, but it's with step 2. Then you've got a step 2 problem because, you know, you're not giving yourself to a power greater than yourself. So if you're having problems having faith, then go to step 2. You need to be restored to sanity.
Well, my favorite, I think step 3, keystone or not. You see the cat's biting my hand. Keystone or not, step 3. Or Howie, come on. What are you doing here? Step 3. The reason that I love step 3 is because step 3, I was in my addiction and my life before recovery like the worst procrastinator that ever was. And I love step 3 because it just says made a decision to turn your will over to the care of a higher power as you understood him. And as far as I was concerned, I made decisions all the time that I never did. And I was like, oh, I have to make a decision, but I don't have to do it. I can tell you I'm going to do something. And I found that to be really exciting, that I didn't have to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood him. I just had to make a decision. And you don't have to follow that out. And I think you're right. There is no step 3 with step 2. And I guess step 3 is, now I'm answering the question for myself. Step 3 is the keystone because if you don't make the decision, you're not doing it. You're
not going to do the rest of the steps.
It's just like I cannot wait to make the decision to put the cat in the bag and throw the bag in the bay. I put the cat in the bag, throw the bag in the bay. Here, show the cat. Do the wide shot. Look at that fucking cat. All right, this is good, Aurora. I think that keystone business is great. Would you want what would you do to save the life of this cat? Would you take her?
I like the visual of thinking sometimes about the arch, you know, and step 3 is at the top and you walk through. It's good visualization.
What's the difference between the keystone and the cornerstone?
Well, isn't the keystone in the middle?
No, the cornerstone.
It's 1 and 2 in the corners and 3 in the middle?
No, the cornerstone is the most important stone of the building. Because the stone that the builder refused shall be the head cornerstone.
The cornerstone then is the keystone. They're the same thing.
Howie, do you know anything about this?
I don't know what the F you're talking about. How do you know what is that thing from?
The cornerstone?
No, you
How
just
we
said
don't
about
know.
the builder refusing.
How we don't know.
That should be our new shirt.
What is it?
We
Tell
don't
me
know.
what it is.
All What the chorus? What that thing I said? That's a Bob Marley song. The stone that the builder
look at you.
refused. But it's also a Bible verse. Shall always be the head cornerstone.
Very
No,
nice.
it's a Bible verse that Bob Marley put into a great rock steady song called it's in the acoustic
Don't worry,
medley.
be happy.
Right?
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
a
I
builder,
can't remember.
baby. Woman, here I am a stone.
Don't worry.
All right, just stop it.
Be
Stop.
happy.
How we don't know. All right. Thank you, Aurora. Stay strong. Does anyone want to comment on this? Please leave a comment. I'm allergic to the cat now. This has not been good for me. Please adopt this cat. This cat needs a good home. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris. And thank you, Aurora.
Thank you.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey, sitting